Hey guys, welcome back. So I wanted to share with you some of the plants that I'm trying to get going here so that when I put the mason bees out on the front deck, which is a smaller deck, and it gets the morning sunshine, hopefully they'll have enough of a food source so they won't have to go down to the ground level to forage. I don't think I really described the benefit of mason bees before, but briefly, they're fantastic pollinators and they're going to work really hard to pollinate all of your flowers. Now this is the deck on the upper level, so this is great because I have a lot of lavender, which is a great producer for bees. I have to trim everything back actually this year, but the flowers in lavender, bees absolutely love it. And then I have a blueberry plant here, so with good pollination, you're probably going to get a 50% increased yield, which obviously bees will help to do. The problem with this space is that it gets full sun in the afternoon, probably a little bit hot, and I don't want the birds coming and picking the bees off. So I'm going to try to keep them sort of centralized in the front, which is a little bit smaller. But anyhow, clover is a great, you've probably heard of clover honey from honeybees. Now, like I said before, mason bees don't actually produce honey, only honeybees produce honey. But nevertheless, the flower that comes from clover is great. So I've got some crimson clover, which is a beautiful flower that shoots up, and it's got a lot of different little flowers like this rubinetta. So bees really like that kind of a plant, and you'll notice that the bee blends here all are similar. Well, it's not a great picture, but this is a great example of the kinds of plants that bees like when it's a multi-united flower, if you will. So anyways, I wanted to get this going so that hopefully when we put the mason bees out, they're going to have something to go to. So this is, you can sort of see all of the germination in here. This is clover germinating. And because it's still really early in the season, but we've had a great spring so far, I've put some saran wrap. This is just basic saran wrap with duct tape. A little bit industrious, but it does the trick. And I'm probably gonna have to take this off today so that we don't have issues with rot. They're going now and it's time to remove it and start watering. So, but hopefully when the bees emerge, this clover will start being in flower so that they'll stick around. The other things that we're going to start germinating here, this is just a bee blend from West Coast Seeds, and it's all of the different varietals, some different varietals that are really good for bees. This is something called Graceland, which I'm not really familiar with, but again, it has that multi-unit flower, which is really good for bees and other pollinators. And then butterfly weed, and this is actually what monarch butterflies need to lay their, I think it's larvae, not eggs, but their larvae on. So we're going to give this a go too and see what happens. Now the rubinetta, this is beautiful. For those of you in BC, you've probably seen this starting to come out now when you've been I live in the West End, so I see it a lot in the West End, and it's so fragrant. If you walk by it and you have a chance to have a sniff, I really encourage that you do so. It's just got a beautiful scent. This is a female plant. The male plants have little red berries. I didn't want to get that one because we do have a lot of birds coming to the patio. I want to discourage the birds because they will eat the bee cocoons, and then actually the bees themselves make a good little snack. And then this is something called wallflower, which this is new for me this year, so we're going to give it a go. I'm going to plant everything today, and both are really fragrant and great for bees and long blooming and good for sort of a semi-shade environment. And that's where I'm going to be putting the bees, so I want something that's going to bode well in that area. So if you have mason bees, putting them out, depending where you are, putting them out in a location when you first release that's going to get morning sun is great because it's going to wake them up quickly. They'll emerge, and then you want to have some of these plants that are going to be in flower. Heather is also great, and I'm going to get some heather, some of that. Oh, I have some over here. I can show you. Bear with me, sorry. I should have prepared this better, but this is heather, and I'm going to get a little bit more of this. Again, see the multi-unit flowers? So I'll get a little bit more of this so that when they emerge, they can come to this as well. Okay, thanks so much for watching again. I'll keep you updated on the progress of the Mason Bee project. Over and out.